Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson we're going to learn how to improvise your own left-hand part for Down by the Bay using the chord symbols. Let's come to the piano to get started. For the left-hand part, we're going to be reading the chord symbols from the lead sheet. So let's scan through and figure out which chords we're going to be using. The first chord we come across is a B flat major chord. So what we'll use for Down by the Bay is this pattern that you hear sometimes in boogie or jazz, where you just use an open fifth and then you step up with this top note to the interval of a sixth, and you just alternate between those two. Kind of makes a fun, kind of very simple kind of boogie pattern. Down by the bay. Okay, see what I mean? So take your finger 5 of the left hand on B flat and then finger 1 on F, and again you're just going to go back and forth, so your thumb will just kind of shift back and forth. So try this on your own with me. Let's slow it down a little. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So you'll do that pattern whenever you see the B flat major chord symbol. Next we come across an F, or F major. So for the F, you'll come down here with an F on the bottom, then we'll come up a fifth to this C, and once again, our finger 1 will just go back and forth between a fifth and a sixth, a fifth and a sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now will you try that with me? Let's slow it down. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now let's back up to the top and try this slowly. I'll play the melody. You just worry about the chords. We're going to do 2 measures of B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 measures of F. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll stop. There's more F after that, but let's just do 2 measures of B flat, 2 measures of F. Now, note that the chords don't start until you get to the word bay. So the melody will go down by the, and then bay is beat 1, where you're going to start these chords. Here we go. So wait until bay to start your B flat. Ready? Down, oops, down by the, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to F. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's stop there. Good. How did you do at the shift from B flat down to F? If that was a little bumpy, you can press pause and just practice that shift from here to here. You've got to make that move pretty quick, from B flat down to F. Let's try it a couple times. B flat down to F. B flat down to F. Pause if you need extra practice with that. Otherwise, let's try it one more time. So remember, when I hit bay, that's where you start the chords. Here we go. Down by the bay. 2, 3, 4, 1. Get ready to shift. 2, 3, 4, 1. Good. Now if we keep going, you'll see there's no new chord symbol. And that just means to keep playing whatever chord you were on, which was F. So here we're going to keep going with the F chord. Home, 2, 3, 4, 1. I dare not. Then what do? You see another B flat, so we come back up to B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. For if I, then what? We get an E flat major chord. Now we could come up here to E flat, but I think it sounds cooler to go down to this low E flat. For if I do. So a fifth above E flat, remember E and B are a fifth apart. So in the key of B flat, E flat and B flat are a fifth apart. So our E flat chord will have this E flat and B flat. And then for the fifth going to the sixth, remember B is not diatonic in this key. So a step above B flat would be C, not B. So B flat to C, B flat to C, with that E flat on the bottom. So try this with me for E flat. Go. Back and forth, back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our E flat chord. Okay? So let's start on for if I, and then on the word do, that's when you start the E flat. Here we go. Get ready to start your E flats when I hit the word do. Go. 4 if I do. 2, 3, 4, 1. My mother will. Back to B flat. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then right here, I kind of want to pause so the soloist can get ready. You could keep the chords going. We could go, my mother will say, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do that. I kind of like that better. So what we're going to do is when we have my mother will, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. During those 3 beats of rest, just keep going 1, 2, 3. But stop on 3. So now the soloist can play or sing their part. Did you? And then on ever see a goose, we're just going to hit the chord on beat 1. We want to give the soloist a little bit of space to do their solo. So we don't want the accompaniment to be too overpowering. So we're just going to kind of lighten it up by just hitting on beat 1. Ever see a goose kissing a moose? See how I just played that chord on beat 1, then I was silent on beats 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so watch that one more time. We're going to start at 4 if I do. 4 if I, E flat, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm on B flat, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Did you ever see a goose kissing a moose? Okay, so I'm just hitting on 1, beat 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the F chord, we come down, down, ba. Same idea here. To make it sound more dramatic, I'm just going to hold it like a whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4, then beat. Then I hit beat 1 and then down by the. No accompaniment to get ready to go back to the start of the verse. Now, what I'm doing with the accompaniment, again, this is all improvised. I'm just making this up based on the chord symbols. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong way to do it. You know, instead of doing this, we could be, see, I could be doing these as eighth notes, T, 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 T. Of course, swung eighth notes, not, that would be straight eighth notes. This is swing, so bum, 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 down by the bay. But that sounds a little bit too kind of busy. Because the tempo indication says relaxed swing, I want a more relaxed feel. So I'm just doing quarter notes with my left hand. Now, what I'd like you to do is press pause and sing along as your left hand plays this accompaniment. Okay, watch the chord symbols and just use this back and forth 5th to a 6th pattern. Try it a few times on your own and then press play and we'll try going through the whole song together. Now, if you were going to play the piano while some people or friends were singing along with you, you would want some kind of introduction to get everyone started. What I would recommend for an introduction, but again, you might come up with something else, a good way to do an introduction might be to just take this last down by the bay, and that can lead everyone in to the song like this. So you would just play, and then everyone would start singing right there. So here's the intro. Now sing, down by the bay. Does that make sense? So let's use that for our intro. I'd like you to be in charge of the chords, and I will do chords and the right-hand part so we can hear the melody. So remember, for the intro, you're just going to play this F chord, down by the bay. Let's practice that together. Let's just practice the introduction. Get ready on your F chord, go. Down by the bay. And then we start the song. Does that make sense? So it's almost like we're starting on the last line as our introduction, and then we take the first ending repeat back to the start to actually begin the song. Okay? And that can work for an intro. Again, this is just something I'm improvising to make the song work. So, get ready. Let's try that intro one more time. Get ready on your F chord. I'll count 4 beats, then we'll start the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down by, now up to B flat. Now the song starts. The bay. Okay, now let's do it for real this time. We're going to do that intro. And then you come up to B flat for bay, and then our song will start. And then let's go ahead and try playing through the whole thing. Okay? Here we go. Get ready on the intro. We start with the F chord. 1, 2, 3, go. Down, by, up to B. Now we start the song. 3, 4, 1. Back to F. Stay on F. Now up to B flat. Now we down to E flat. B flat. 1, 2, 3. Down to F. Back to B flat. Then we repeat. Another verse. Still on F. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Down to F. And then for the ending, I like to have my right hand come up an octave to this B flat and my left hand down an octave to this B flat, and I hit that nice and strong on beat 3 for a fun ending. Listen to that ending. I'm going to take just the last line. Down by the bay, boom. Nice staccato with a little accent. Now, with your knowledge of the right hand part and the left hand part, press pause and try doing at least the first 2 lines hands together. But if you're having fun and want to tackle the whole song hands together, I say go for it. And then as you practice throughout this week, work on keeping it hands together with a nice steady beat. Press pause to work on putting this hands together now, at least the first 2 lines, maybe more, and then press play to go on. Now, if you want a real super challenge, let me show you another possible accompaniment your left hand could do. Instead of this kind of pattern, back and forth between fifths and sixths, here's another pattern. Basically, you take the B flat major arpeggio, which remember the fingering we use is 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to cross over with finger 3 up to G and then A flat to make it sound kind of jazzy, bluesy. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. See this pattern? 3, 2, 1. 3 crosses over to G, 2 plays A flat. Back to 3, finger 1 plays F, finger 2 plays D, finger 3 plays B flat. Isn't that a cool sounding pattern? Down by the bay. And then here, because it goes to F, I'm going to go 5, 3, 1, 3, 2. Isn't that a cool sounding pattern? 5, 3, 1. Basically an F major chord. Then I cross finger 3 to D, and then E flat, D, C, A, F. See how I'm doing that? This is a common pattern, again, in Boogie. To my home, then back to B flat. And if it's not comfortable to do the 3, 2, 1, you could also do 5, 3, 1 on that one as well. In fact, maybe I like that better. Or it could be 4, 2, 1. That maybe feels best of all. Remember, we're improvising, so don't be too stressed about it. So watch it one more time from the top, and I'll show you all of these patterns that you can do throughout if you want to try this more advanced kind of pattern. So for the E flat, you're going to go E flat, G, B flat, then C, D flat. For if I do. Whoops, I missed a note there. Huh. Do. Here we can do it just like before. Now, that's not required. I'm just showing you another way you can improvise with these chords to make a fun left-hand accompaniment. So it's up to you whether to take this style or this other style that I showed you. Figure out how you want to make this song your own and your style. Great job learning how to play the left-hand part for Down by the Bay. I hope you have lots of fun with this song, and I encourage you to teach it to your family or maybe a friend so they can sing along with you too. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time. I got one! Did you ever see a shark playing in the park? Did somebody say shark? What was I thinking? Ah! Ah! Down by the bay.